everybody. Welcome to Life at Sunny Lee with Kathy Jarvis. I'm Kathy Jarvis, and it's fall. It's the first day of fall, and sometimes you can't tell if it's fall or not, but this year it came in rainy and cold. So I'm going to be fixing my favorite dessert and some bean soup. Now, a favorite fall dessert is caramel apple cake. And I would like to share with you how I'm fixing that cake. Now the first thing you need to do is preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Once you get that done, you need to grease and flour a 12-cup bundt cake pan. Now, I learned a long time ago from my mom that the easiest way to flour your pan is to use a bit of your cake mix. So we're going to open this box of cake mix and take a little of it out and put it into the pan. Open the box up and put a little in the pan. Shake it around. You may have to add more or less. And after you get shook up, which I'm going to be doing shortly, okay, shake it around so it coats the pan completely. You may have to add a little bit if you have to. And when you're done getting it coated, pour what's left back into your mixing bowl. Make sure it's well coated. Now we emptied the cake mix into the mixing bowl, and we used a yellow 2-layered cake mix. Okay, and then we take a box of instant pudding jello. Make sure it's instant and vanilla. And you add that to the mixing bowl. And next we add a cup of water and a third of a cup of oil. I've already mixed them together into this cup. You pour that in. And next we add 4 eggs. Now I always wash my eggs, either if they came from the store or if they came from my chicken coop. I always wash them. That way I can check, make sure there's no cracks or broken ones. And then I also crack them into a separate little bowl before I add them all together to double check to make sure they're good. Okay, put those into the bowl. Lower your mixer so the beaters are into the bowl. Lock it in place. And start with a very low setting just to moisten everything and blend it well. Then you turn it up higher in speed and let it beat for 2 minutes. Sorry about no sound on this thing from the mixer, but for some reason my audio did not work and I am having to voice over this whole thing, which is probably why some of the mouth movements and what I'm saying are not exactly adding up. After 2 minutes, turn the beaters off. Add your chopped peeled apples. You can cube these to any size that you want, the larger ones or smaller. Just put it on the very lowest speed just to incorporate them into the batter. You don't want to smash them or puree them or anything. Just get them so they mix together. And then turn it off. Unlock your mixer and raise it up. Scrape the batter off of the beaters. And I usually remove the beater from the mixer. That way it doesn't, if there's anything left on it, it doesn't drip onto the mixer stand and make a mess. Once you get that done, remove the mixer bowl from the stand and take it over to your cake pan and pour it into the prepared pan. Remember, this pan has been greased and it's been floured. You want to use a rubber spatula to get everything out of the pan and spread it evenly around your bundt pan. Okay. Next, what you do is just level it off. Make sure it's completely level all the way around so one side's not higher than the other. Tap it down a few times to get any air bubbles out and stick it into the oven, which has been preheated to 350 degrees, and you'll leave it in here for 50 minutes and then you will check it. If it's not done in 50 minutes, it may take up to an hour. This one actually took 50 minutes. And to test it for doneness, you take a toothpick, stick it down in the center. If it comes out clean, you know your cake is finished. So take it out of the oven and put it on to a wire rack. Leave it set for 20 minutes before you turn it upside down onto a plate to get it out of the mold. Food. 20 minutes later, and this is what it looks like. Now we leave it cool completely down before we make the caramel glaze for on top of it. Okay, to make the caramel glaze, we start with 20 caramels that we unwrap and put into a microwavable bowl. Then we add 1/4 cup milk and then we set it into the microwave on high for 1.5 minutes. But we do this on 30 seconds at a time. And between each 30 seconds, we stir it to make sure that we get all the caramels melted. So I'll go do that now. This is what it looks like after 1.5 minutes. You notice that everything's melted and it's kind of runny. So we leave it set for 10 minutes to harden up a little. Okay, after 10 minutes, you take your caramel topping and you spoon it over the cake. You can spoon it any way you want. It's going to cover the whole cake by the time you're done. Some of it will soak in as the cake sets. In fact, the longer the cake sets, the more it's going to soak in. So it's a good idea to get this into the fridge as quickly as possible so that it sets up more on the outside and doesn't soak as much inside, unless you like it soaked inside, which I kind of do. The important thing is to remember that this caramel's got milk in it that has not really been cooked that long, so it's best to put in the refrigerator. So just cover the cake completely and then leave it cool just a little bit more so your caramel's not sticky, and then enjoy it. It's very, very good. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost anything. Hit the bell icon so you'll know when I'm on next. And hit the like button. And remember, dream big and follow that dream. Bye.